Alright, so this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Bram Stoker, Dracula, 1992, directed by and produced by Francis Ford Coppola. At the time, it was the highest grossing vampire movie of all time. I think it's better than the 1929 black and white version starring Bela Lugosi. Francis Ford Coppola used the silent era technique of bizarre sets and costumes, which makes the film interesting. Dracula is sort of a reluctant vampire, guilt-ridden, I guess. He tries to bite Winona Ryder's neck a couple times, but he has second thoughts and moves away like Barnabas Collins used to do with Josette or Maggie Evans or whomever he was in love with. For some reason, it starts with a prologue that doesn't really make sense. They try to say that Vlad the Impaler was the Count Dracula. We don't know how he became Count Dracula. We just see him renouncing God when his significant other commits suicide, played by Winona Ryder. It's not clear why the 16th century Winona Ryder looks the same as the 19th century Winona Ryder. It's about 300 years difference there. So in that sense, it's another rip-off on Dark Shadows. You know, Vicky Winters went back in time during the seance. Then Barnabas Collins used the staircase through time and the I Ching. Those were his time machine things. So it kind of reminded me of that. So after Vlad the Impaler renounces God and becomes a vampire, supposedly, as a result, he just impales the middle part of the cross, you know, where it has the intersection there, and all this blood pours out. All of a sudden, we're in 1897 London. Keanu Reeves faking a British accent. Sounds more like Bill and Ted. Dude, excellent! Imagine that with the fake British accent, and you've got Keanu Reeves' School of Acting. He plays the rather bland fiancée of Winona Ryder. Goes by a different name now, but she looks the same. For some reason, she's reading Arabian Nights with her sister and giggling about it. Meanwhile, her sister is trying to court some guy who works at the mental institution, I guess, where Renfield is being held. I never understood the character of Renfield, but I thought he was creepier in the 1929 black and white movie. He used to do that creepy laugh. That used to freak me out when I was a kid. But anyways, so he's in it. He likes to eat bugs and stuff, flies, any kind of bugs that he can find. Mental institution isn't very clean. It looks dirty. And the guards have these weird-looking box things over their heads, I guess to protect them from being pummeled by one of the insane nut house patients. Not the least of which is Renf, Feld keeps calling for his master, but his master only comes in the form of mist. Oh, by the way, Dracula can be a wolfman, a batman, a mist, and rats. He's like a shapeshifter dude, which is pretty cool. I like the dark gothic sets and the crazy costumes in this. So Keanu Reeves, I guess, has this big business deal with Dracula. Dracula wants to buy up some properties in London. He's even more eager when he sees a picture of Keanu Reeves' fiancée, Winona Ryder. So there's a weird shaving scene where Dracula licks the razor. There's some pretty cool shadow work where Dracula is standing on the other side of the room, but you see his shadow hanging out opposite side of the room, which is pretty cool. There's a lot of weird noises at Dracula's castle, like like all this deep breathing stuff kind of reminded me of Suspiria. Weird sounding goblin track for Suspiria. All of a sudden, Keanu Reeves doesn't feel comfortable there, mainly because three vampire bitches, all white, are trying to do a sex orgy with him, even though he's presumably engaged to Winona Ryder. Dracula seems to have strange power over him. He manages to escape somehow by jumping into the river and going into this Romanian convent close to Transylvania, whatever that is, Dracula's castle. So fortunately, Keanu Reeves is in the background for most of the rest of the movie, except for the ending. Dracula goes to London. He kills Winona Ryder's sister without much thought or doubt in his mind. He makes her into a vampire. Then Winona, or his sister is engaged to this Jack guy that I mentioned, who also runs the insane asylum, I guess. So Jack calls up Van Helsing, played by Anthony Hopkins. Jokes around a lot. I didn't find any of the jokes particularly funny, but he's kind of an aloof, goofy type guy in this one. But he's dead serious about killing the vampires, though. He tries to rob the grave of the vampire girl, Winona Ryder's sister, but she's missing, and then she reappears, and they drive a stake in her heart. For some reason, they have to chop off the head. Never seen that before in a vampire movie or television show. So Van Helsing goes to Dracula's castle because he knows that Dracula doesn't have any power, or his power is drained, sort of like an electric eel that does too many shocks. Dracula, after biting too many times, has to go back to his castle for more energy. I've never seen that before either. So Van Helsing's waiting for him. For some reason, he has to be there before sundown. I guess he can survive during the daytime. But before he goes to the castle, he baptizes Winona Ryder. He's got her under his power too. He baptizes her with his own blood, which means that Winona Ryder is doomed. So Van Helsing's there waiting for him. He stabs the three vampire bitches right below the heart. It's not in the heart, but it's below the heart. I never heard of that before. And then he chops off all three of their heads and throws them down the steep and very long precipice of Dracula's castle. He basically chucks all three of them down the mountain, their heads, which is pretty cool. A lot of good special effects in this, by the way. Especially when Dracula turns into Wolfman, it got me thinking of Underworld, like half vampire, half werewolf kind of thing. Or a werewolf with sharp teeth that bites Winona Ryder's neck. Anyways, that's about all I have to say about this flick. It's a little slow in the beginning. I Bid You Welcome is kind of a ripoff on Bela Lugosi. But other than that, great flick. It's 2 hours long, but I guess it's supposed to be close to the actual novel. So pretty cool stuff. I've never read Dracula, actually. I've seen tons of vampire movies, so this is definitely one of the better ones. Got a few Academy Awards for the costumes, I guess. Not sure what else, but anyways, nice horror flick. Wasn't particularly scary in any way, but it has a lot of blood and gore, and there's that orgy scene with Keanu Reeves. That's why it has an R rating. I can tell they put a lot of time and effort into this, and Keanu Reeves is perfect as the kind of klutzy, uninteresting love interest for Winona Ryder. Ultimately, they get married, but she still digs Dracula because he's got some kind of power over her. And I'm not sure how that relates to the prologue, but they say love conquers death in this one. So, pretty cool romantic horror type flick. Got the love triangle going there between Keanu Reeves, Winona Ryder, and Gary Oldman. The Dracula character looks strange with he looks really old with those two white buns for hair at the beginning. That was kind of an odd hairstyle and look for Dracula. I guess he can make himself look old or young, depending on whether he's trying to woo some Londoner lady or part of Winona Ryder's family over there. I don't know what kind of fake accent Anthony Hopkins was trying to pull, maybe German or Romanian. I have no idea. Winona Ryder's fake British accent didn't sound too convincing either, for that matter. nor did her sisters. But still, great flick. Can't say enough good things about it. The lack of acting skill or lack of British actors sort of added to the charm of the whole thing, made it more interesting, I guess. Made it more another reason to watch is for the poor British accents and the crazy Anthony Hopkins accent. His poor attempts at humor doesn't make anybody laugh in this movie. Anyways, uh, great flick, 5 out of 5 stars. Definitely check it out later.